Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Um, it is just my opinion, and I am here today to catch up on a little bit of Amberlynn. It has been quite busy for me, and I have not been able to, forgot to plug in my mic, and I've not really been able to catch up and see what's going on in the Amberlynn universe. And I'm so sorry for all this extraneous noise. Let me just fix this real quick. Oh my. Come on. Get in there. Why won't you go in? Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, let me just fix that. Make sure everything's working. Probably would have been a great idea to do this beforehand, but stuff happens. Okay, it looks like we are good. If you do happen to come in and the stream isn't working properly, please let me know. And let me go ahead and add Amberlynn to our layout. And here we go. Let's see what our girl is up to.
Hey guys, welcome to week 3 weigh-in. So I'm gonna be honest, this is one of them situations where I was thinking about ending the weigh-ins, the weekly weigh-ins, because I noticed that judgment is keeping me from being as open as I used to be. I know that there's always going to be judgment, but I just feel like the level of judgment that I receive is off the charts. I've never seen anything like it on any other YouTube video, any other YouTuber. Like, every YouTuber gets judgment, gets hate, etc. But like, it's just insane how bad mine is over things that are.
I actually just want to point out, of all the times that I've seen Amberlynn, I actually think her makeup looks really nice today, or whatever day this was that she did this video. The only thing that I can't stop looking at and I do not have perfect eyebrows myself. She could have taken a little spoolie or little eyebrow brush and just gone in and cleaned up her brows a little bit. Like, maybe you don't need to put anything in them, but just maybe clean them up a little bit. But I mean, I think her makeup otherwise looks kind of nice.
Very common. As a human being, I make very common mistakes, and it's not that I want to get away with certain mistakes, or like if I gain weight in a week, this is kind of what that's about. So you guys will see that towards the end of this video. Normal things that other people get to experience, I don't get that same experience. I am just constantly being judged and ridiculed and belittled, and it sucks, and it was preventing me from making this video. And that's why you guys are getting it a couple days late. So I'm sorry for that. I know deep down that I want to make these videos for the people who genuinely enjoy watching my journey, and not just like watching it to belittle me or to make me feel like crap about myself.
So if that is your goal and you are making these videos for the people that truly enjoy watching you, then who cares what everybody else thinks? I mean, make the videos that you want to make.
So I'm going to answer 5 weight-related, body-related, food-related topics that I've been seeing, whether it be like my Instagram, because I do Instagram Q&As, or I like to post on my community post, just where I've been seeing certain questions in that realm. So I'm going to be answering 5 of those, and then we will get to how my week went. So the first question is, how much have you saved for weight loss surgery? So I think I'm going to keep that private, and the only reason why I'm bringing that up right now is because I do have weight loss surgery update. So when I first, filled out the patient packet and all that, they said that it'll be like 3 to 6 weeks before they will contact me. And we were reaching about 5 weeks, and I was like, okay, not getting anything. But I decided to email them because I didn't want to call them. They could be busy. They could just check the email whenever they want. So I did email them. And when I emailed them, they responded with, oh, I actually have your packet right here. And they started talking about insurance. And I was like, but I thought you guys don't do insurance anymore for weight loss surgery, because that's what they say now for if you live in Kentucky. And I was just really confused. So they were like, okay, how about give me a call and we'll talk more about insurance. So I ended up calling, and then we talked about insurance a little bit. And then I ended up having to call my insurance company and talking to them. Long story short, we're still stuck at the spot where it's like, my insurance or no insurance in Kentucky no longer covers weight loss surgery. So all of that, I already knew, but I guess that's a new thing. Yeah, it's just reconfirmation on that regard. So she said, okay, so after you call your insurance company and you get an answer, call me back. So I've actually tried calling back 3 times and there has been no answer, which is unfortunate. And I also decided to just give her another email, and I said, my insurance doesn't cover, so I will be self-pay. So what is the next step? So that has all happened within the last 2 days. So now I'm just waiting for a call back or an email back. Next question is, would you go back on Ozempic now that you don't care about rapid weight loss? Honestly, no, because there's a massive Ozempic shortage, and people with diabetes who has been taking Ozempic for a while aren't able to get the medicine because it's now
It's very kind of her to worry about other people. Yes.
a new fad thing. I've heard through the rumor mill, whatever. I've heard that celebrities who are already thin is taking Ozempic. Why? That's really.
Examples? Anybody name any celebrity names you want to share with the group? Because I haven't heard of that. I'm not saying that I am the authority on celebrities, but I would love to know where she found that information.
Really weird. So I would not take Ozempic just because of the shortage. If the shortage was stopped and everyone was getting the medicine they needed, then we can re-talk about it. Third question is, do you have rewards planned for hitting your weight loss goals? I don't, because I have tried to do this in the past where it's like, okay, if I lose 20 pounds, I can get a new purse. I ended up buying a new purse even before I hit the goal. In the past, I've done once I'm down 100 pounds, I'll do a whole hair makeover, or I'll get a piercing I've wanted. And I know that's not going to happen because I know that if I want something enough, then I'm going to get it regardless. Fourth question, what's been your...
This goes back to Amberlynn not giving her life any structure. She's in a position because of her channel to sort of buy what she wants and do what she wants, and that's great. That's great for her, but she should be creating a little goal for herself, and it needs to be a non-food related goal. A food related goal when you're trying to lose weight, it's not a good idea.
Your favorite meal lately? Definitely the homemade poke bowls that we have been doing. We've had it a few times now, and it's so freaking delicious. I could literally eat it daily. Last question is, do you think it's fat phobic that people think Feline is either using you or a feeder? I do, because if I was a normal weight, people wouldn't think that Feline is using me. People wouldn't think that she's a feeder. And it just sucks because it's pretty much proving that based on the number on the scale, you guys are making me feel like I'm not valued as a human. I don't have worth as a human. I don't deserve love, or that someone can't find me attractive, or even just think that I have a good heart because of the number on the scale. And that is very, very fat phobic. And it also goes along the lines of shallow. It's just very shallow. It's disrespectful. And it just doesn't make sense because there are people out there who do not care about the number on the scale, and they find...
Amberlynn, it's not fat phobia, and maybe it is a little bit, but I think it also stems back to the money and how you throw your money around. We've seen videos on Christmas presents that you buy your friends and how much you spend. Um, I just, that's why everybody thinks that Feline is with you, because you can provide her with, the things that she wants in the life that she wants. I think shortly after you both got together, you bought a new car for her to drive you around in. So I don't know if I believe in the fat phobia thing.
Beauty and other things about me. Like, I'm just gonna use me for an example. Like, sure, being 500 pounds isn't beautiful. It's not a beautiful thing, but you can still be beautiful at 500 pounds. I will always forever think that. I don't think I'm beautiful. I don't think I'm pretty at all. That is what it is. But there are people out there that I have seen at my size who are beautiful, who have great hearts and great personality, and they deserve love. We deserve love just as much as someone who's 150 pounds. And I just think it's so crazy that just because someone is with me, that makes them a feeder or they're using me, I have nothing to give. They can't be using me. I have nothing to give. By insinuating that Feline is using me or a feeder, you're also insinuating that my exes were that way as well. Okay, so as for this week, we did the whole takeout thing on Sunday, which was my last weigh-in that you guys saw, and that was not triggering at all. What triggered me, and I mean this from like the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful for anything that you guys send me in my PO box. Like, it's just so kind that you guys even think of me, whether it's a letter or something you guys saw on Amazon that made you think of me. Like, it doesn't matter what it is so sweet. But someone did send me candy bars, and I don't want to blame this person because it's not the person's fault. Because I could have easily gotten rid of the candy bars, but they massively triggered me. And it was like, I had a couple candy bar binges, I'm not gonna lie. And that led into a spiral of binging on other things, ordering takeout. And it was like every other day. It was like one day I would do really good, next day I was binging. One day I would do really good, next day I was binging. And literally it's a candy bar binge because I don't buy candy bars.
So I'm going to say this. I don't binge, but I do have quite the sweet tooth. And I do struggle with, if I have like one piece of sugary whatever, it does kind of leave me sometimes down the rabbit hole, especially if I'm feeling in a depressed way. So I do understand to a point what she's saying, but also knowing that something like that would trigger her to that degree, she could have very easily done a taste test on camera and then thrown them in the trash. Or she could have had Feline taste them. Seems like Feline has a little bit better control from what I've seen. I could be wrong because we've never seen her face on camera. But maybe have Feline taste them and say, hey, this was really good, or whatever the case. And maybe that would have triggered her too. Who knows? But I think that there were other ways around that. I personally know that certain things will, throw me off the sugar edge. So I don't keep them in the house, like cookies, cakes, ice cream. I don't keep that stuff in my house. And, um, I think she needs to set better boundaries.
Obviously, there are times where I would love a candy bar, but Feline is like, do you really need one? So having tons of Cadbury candy bars in my pantry was extremely triggering, and I wasn't strong enough. And and to go back and forth, like one day do so good, and next day do so bad, and just like that back and forth was wear and tear on my body. I will tell you that. Like my gallstones, I was feeling ill. I really truly was, and it's crazy because like I wasn't having much gallstone pain for like a few years. Like it was rare. And then ever since I took Ozempic and I was losing weight and I was losing more weight, and it was like I was down like 106 pounds, whatever. I don't know if like my gallbladder just like got triggered. And ever since then, it's like whenever I binge like really bad, I feel ill. And a lot of the times it doesn't happen. There are several different types of binges. Like the one that I have been having most is like the type where it's like I don't even get ill. I don't get full. I could eat so much, and it's like never ending.
Perhaps You are ruining your body with these binges. Maybe the fact that you're getting sick um, is your body's way of saying, don't do this to me. I Go see a therapist. Seek out therapy, please.
How does my stomach expand that big? But I noticed after taking Ozempic and after stopping, I have just been getting like super sick from binging. And it's like sometimes not even like me being sick like that stops me, because I mean, that's the issue, binge eating disorder. And a lot of people have been like, are you sure you're a binge eater? Or are you just like addicted to food? And I'm like, can it be both? I don't really know. I know with trying to get weight loss surgery, I know I'm going to have to see a psychologist. And this is a whole other subject because I already have one, but I'm not going to be able to see the one that I have anymore. And I will explain that in a future video. I do not want to get into that right now because it actually makes me really sad. But by trying to get weight loss surgery.
All right, I need to move forward with her a little bit.
So it's like, as much as the yo-yo of it all made me feel like crap, I'm almost grateful it was a yo-yo and not just like a full-fledged binge week, because that would have been very bad. So yeah, I'm up 1.2. I should be down about 5 pounds right now if we're doing based on my goal here. We're like a little over 4 pounds. I'm only down about 5 pounds, so I'm still like there where my goal needs to be. So I'm happy about that, but still, like, I could have done so much better. But those candy bars, they really did something. Biggest trigger food, I feel like, is just like straight up candy bars. Like, oh my god. They were delicious though. So thank you to the person who sent them to me. But I'm just gonna let this be known right now. Just don't send me food in my PO box because it is triggering. And I think if someone does end up sending me food, I'm just gonna have to like automatically just get rid of it. So
so there's two thoughts on this. First of all, I'm shocked that somebody sent her food. That's the first thing. Knowing that she has this issue. The second thing is you could have thrown them away and just politely on in a video just said, oh, I received a package from a viewer with some goodies in it, thank you so much, and could have never said anything more about them. You could have simply thrown them in the trash. Nobody would have known the difference. So there's that as well.
that's not me being like harsh or mean, but I'm just like doing that for my health and for my well-being, because yeah. Anyways, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry that I'm coming on here with sad news, but it's just what I'm experiencing. And I just wanted to be open and honest with you guys, even though I really, really, actually, truly didn't want to, but I knew it was the right thing to do. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Okay, let me get the next video ready. I just think that I feel like for her, I just feel like it's excuse after excuse.
Hello. Hey guys, welcome to a new video. January is laid back. It's just laid back. Not many vlogs. It's because I uploaded, oh my gosh. I did Vlogmas all the way until the 25th, but I was daily.
So I just feel like she's full of excuses as to why she couldn't do something. Make this bigger. I did already. This should be, there we go. Much better. All right, so let me just change this to 1.5. And looks like we're already there. This is a 28-minute video. I might do a little skipping here.
Pop pressed glitter. I have a few of these, and it just comes just like this. And this is in color High, H-A-I, and 20H1. So this is what it looks like. Y'all, we're loving this. So that is why I wanted to show you guys exactly what it's like. So you guys can go get yourself one, because it's amazing. I recommend it. It's wonderful. So the first thing I want to talk about is, like, people have been like coming for me because I like to deep clean. I don't get it. Why y'all coming for me? Because I recently showed you guys that I was deep cleaning like all of my cabinets in my kitchen. People are like, oh my gosh, she does this all the time. I literally haven't done it in a couple years. So I don't know why y'all coming for me. I like to clean. I feel like if I didn't do these things, people would be like, oh my gosh, she's so lazy. You can never come for me for that, because I like to
Girl, you just did it recently. Go back and look at your videos. Obviously, you can't remember what you did. You're always and there's nothing wrong with deep cleaning. There's nothing wrong with organizing. If you could see some of the clutter around me right now, I totally need to organize. And after this video, that's what I'm going to be doing today. But you do it all the time, and I think it's because you don't have any other content. This is it. This is your content. But maybe make it more contentable, if that is a word.
To deep clean. And something I haven't done and have been prolonging was deep cleaning the kitchen cabinets. It was crazy. And it's like, this is normally something I'd film and I'd want to film and I would be excited to film. And I know there's a large portion of people who would love to see it. I'd love to see it. I love when people film stuff like that. But y'all, I'm suffering with a bad case of judgment-itis. I don't know. I just feel like judgment lately and like just like constantly and so much of it, just like repeatedly and repeatedly is just really getting to me. And it's just preventing me from filming what I want to film. And
I've said this before. Other reactors have said this before. It is your channel. Film what you want. If people want to watch it, they'll watch it. If they don't want to watch it, then they won't watch it. Film what you want. It's your channel.
have felt like this in the past. I've been on YouTube for like a decade now, and I have felt this way. But this feels different. It feels more heavy, more extreme. It's paralyzing because it's like, I don't know if it's a trauma response, just like all of the nitpicking, belittling. It's, you guys are taking away things that I enjoy, like thoroughly taking it away. And I'm not going to fully have judgment stop me from showing things that I love. I can't. And that even includes something as simple as deep cleaning. Y'all, you need to be doing it too. Like, remember to deep clean your homes like twice a year, maybe even more, whatever floats your boat. But things like going through the cabinet, taking everything down, like do that shit. And people are just like coming for me. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think.
Do you know what you sound like right now? You sound like a spoiled brat. That's what you sound like right now. You talk about how terrible your childhood was, and I believe that it's not for me to judge whether or not you're telling the truth or not. But you are acting like a spoiled brat right now. Stop. You are a grown woman.
I've just noticed that like YouTube really takes away joy. It's like the act. It's so weird. It's like the act of YouTube and
Then get off and go get a job.
outcome of me uploading a video are two different things. I love filming, editing. I love editing. I love uploading. I love the whole process of the filming, the editing, and all of that. The minute my video hits the big screen, that's where the joy is just taken from me, because people are so horribly harsh lately, and it's just.
You also have the choice whether or not to read your comments. So you can put your video out there, just let it go, and not go read your comments. You have that choice.
It's been a lot, and my anxiety has been, it hasn't been good. And I just noticed I'm very introverted. This is new. This is very new. When I was younger, I guess I would consider myself the opposite of that. And then as I got older, I know there's a word for being both. I was very much in the middle, sometimes introverted, sometimes not. Now, as I'm like older, I'm just like such an introvert. Like, I don't care about having like friends. I don't care about like leaving my apartment all the time. Like, my joy comes from just like peace. My happiness.
As long as I've been watching you, you have been introverted, and the only time that you're truly happy going out is if you're going out to spend money.
Comes from calm. Yes, there are a lot of things I want to do in my life, and I can't do those things yet. I haven't gotten there yet because, hi, me, do you see the size I am? So there are things that I want to do and that I would be doing if it wasn't for my weight. That's a whole other story. We ain't got to get into that. But it also kind of just brings me to like, people want more. People just give us more. You're giving us nothing. What do you want me to give? I'm a 500-pound 5'2", 32-year-old woman with severe mental issues like depression and anxiety and bipolar, et cetera, et cetera. What do you want me to give? Like, I feel like I'm giving. I feel like I'm giving all that I have. I'm giving all that I have. And
so again, maybe this isn't the job for you. Maybe.
It's just not enough. And I understand a few comments here and there saying you're not enough, you're not doing enough, et cetera, et cetera. But when you hear it like from so many people and just so constant and repeated, it really gets to you. It starts to become like kind of abusive. It feels abusive. And I don't like it. Like, I have thick skin clearly because like I still do YouTube and I can handle the hate rather well. I should be allowed to express like the way that I feel and how people make me feel. And I feel like it's really important that you guys hear that a lot of you make me feel bad about myself, or just you guys turn my happiness into the opposite.
The only person that's making you feel bad about yourself is you, because you don't believe in yourself. That's who's making you feel bad about yourself.
Opposite of happiness, and I don't like it, and I don't want to be gaslit because I hate that, because I feel like I can't share how I feel with you guys, and it begins to feel just very one-sided. Like, you guys can tell me all of these things about me and nitpick and like express yourselves in any way that you want to. Send me long-ass messages about how horrible of a person I am or how boring my content is. But then like when I go to tell you guys, hey, like, can we slow down a little bit? Like, you guys turn it around and like make me seem like I'm just like this raging see you next Tuesday, when I'm not. I'm just like fed up a little bit. So that is another reason why I'm just having like a hard time filming and just kind of needing a break from that sort of headspace. And a lot of people could say, get off the internet. No, we need to focus more on getting the hate off the internet. Don't kick off someone from YouTube who thoroughly enjoys it just because they're getting hate. It doesn't make sense. So another update.
Then, Amberlynn, ignore the hate. Problem solved. Don't read the comments.
I have is my ADHD. As you guys know, I have been wanting to get assessed for that. And I
don't even care about that.
So excited to just like get the list, like what type of tests do I need beforehand? Like,
let's go back to this.
I'm not gonna lie. It is about two females who fall for each other, and it was just boring. I gave it a 2.5 star out of 5, so that's not bad. I also finished 5 Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. Also kind of lame, but I did give this a 3 star out of 5. There was 2 twists, and they weren't that great. I'm not gonna lie. It was like, if the twists were at least good, that'd be different.
If you're going to do a review on a book, kind of expecting that maybe people will decide to either buy the book or not buy the book, maybe give a little bit more information. Nobody's asking you to tell the whole entire story, but your opinion and review about this book does nothing to me in terms of my desire to read it or not read it. Maybe it's not a good book for you, but it could be a good book for somebody else.
But everything to even get to the twist was boring. So it's just about this girl. She was on a plane, but there was like really bad weather. So then she got in a car with strangers, and oh my God, like I was expecting some crazy things to be happening in the car, and it just wasn't. It was pretty bland. But I also finished My Lovely Wife, and I gave it a 4.5. I almost gave it 5 stars. This was an amazing book. I think it's because the twist for me, I was not expecting it. So I was happy that not only was this entertaining, but like the twist was like, oh, but it wasn't like, oh, you know, that's the type of factor that I like to have in a thriller or a book with twists. I like to be shook to the bits. And I was shocked. I wasn't expecting it to go that way. But I genuinely thought this was so entertaining. It's about a married couple who, they kind of like murder people, and they do it because it kind of gives them sexual gratification. And Helena's actually reading it, and she's using the cover for the bookmark, but she's on page 50, and she likes it. She says that any books that I read that I rate over 4 stars, she's gonna read. So she won't be reading the other books I read, but she is reading this one, and this is so good, you guys. I promise. I almost feel like I should have rated it a 5 star, but I'm just gonna stick to the 4.5 because there's a little bit of things in there that could have made it a 5-star, but I definitely recommend that. And they're having people, actually a lot of people.
I seriously, I may get that book and read it just to compare, because when I read the preview for that book in my last video, that's not quite what I got out of it. So I might just see if I have a free Kindle purchase, because I'm certainly not going to pay for it. Or maybe I can get it from the library. But I would be interested to read that myself, just to compare what Amberlynn is saying about that book.
Wanting an update on my bullet journal. So I'm going to give you guys an update on some of the pages, because some of the pages, even that I have showed you, since they're now like written in and filled out and stuff like that, it is personal. So there are actually quite a few pages that I will be showing you.
Oh, and then just let me point out one more thing. The books that she showed, the ones that were not hardback, those books were barely, like the spine was barely broken. There is no way that she read that in a whole, those books in their entirety. I think she read the first couple chapters and then decided, I don't want to read this anymore. That's just my personal opinion.
Going to show you some, I guess. I'm not really sure which ones you guys are the most interested in, but here's the pounds lost. That's how that looks. So far, here are my doodles. I have no idea. We have like a broom, we have a heart, we have some flowers, we have a camera, we have a cloud with some lightning. I don't know, just some random things. So here's the hours I slept. That's how that one looks. My sleep rating, that's how that one's looking. Again, I started on the 7th, so that's why it's like that. My little makeup moment. There was a minute there where I was like, nope, I don't feel like wearing makeup. My hairbrush moment. I have brushed my hair every single day in January. That's a lot for me. I know for you guys, it's probably like really like depression. My hair goes first. My hair literally goes first.
Okay. This whole hair thing drives me crazy. I also suffer from depression and anxiety. I think that a lot of people in society these days suffer from one or the other or both. But I still manage to remember to brush my hair every day. Now, I do understand there's different levels of anxiety and depression, and nobody is the same. Everybody has different symptoms, things that happen to them. I get that. But girl, brushing your hair is like brushing your teeth. Like, it's something that you do every day. It's like taking a shower. It's something that you do every day. I mean, unless I'm sick and feel like death, I may not brush my hair. But even then, just how do you, I've no words for this one. Every time this comes up, I just have no words.
Will go weeks, I will go months without brushing my hair, but I have brushed my hair every single day in January. And it's like, I almost say, it's like, if you don't understand what I'm saying when it comes to like depression and hair brushing, be lucky. Don't judge, just be lucky. So this is for my anxiety. I haven't had a single day with none. And that I hate, like, really. So this is my energy tracker. I have been very low energy the last few days, as you can see here. So I have not started exercising, as you can see. No exercising. I do move more though. I try to move more. That's why there's an option for that. And by moving more, I mean like I'm on my feet for a lot of the day, whether it be just like cleaning or just like purposely standing throughout the day or just like purposely walking. So that's what I mean by that. Or like I went somewhere, did something that involved a lot of walking. So here's my crybaby tracker. If anyone cares to see that, there has been a few days where I haven't cried, so that kind of shocked me. So as for like my binging pages or like my on-off track pages, I will share those in my next weigh-in. So this is my nap page. I haven't been napping, and this one was because I accidentally colored it the wrong color because I thought I had flipped the page and I didn't. So it should also be pink, but haven't been napping. So here's a little temperature one.
I wonder how much of her day is being spent filling out this bullet journal. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing. I think that the bullet journal is good to some degree, especially if you have a very busy life, and there's things that in your life that you need to track. But for the most part, I just think it's just a waste of time. I think this is just giving her something to do during the day.
What the weather has been, it has only snowed one day. That's it. I love this productivity one. I have noticed that I am not as productive the last few days, and I need to figure out why. So here is my pages read. I have been doing a lot of reading. I told you guys.
You can figure out why by going back and looking at your other pages. Apparently, you've been having sad moments. Apparently, you've had a lot of anxiety. So that's what the bullet journal's for. Like, you see that you've got low energy. Well, why? Well, let me go back and look at my depression page. Or for me, I would probably be like, oh, my knees are really hurting. Um, Let me go check the weather because it's usually weather related if it's really cold or really wet outside. Like that's the idea. Like you shouldn't have to wonder because you have it right there in front of you.
I don't think there's been a single day I haven't read. And so I have it marked the books that I've already read and completed and how many stars I've given it. You guys can read this if you want, but this is just my thoughts every day based on where I was in the book. So this is my subscriber tracker. And honestly, I gain subscribers every day and I did not know that. So I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, subscribe. I want to see it go up even higher. I never tell people to subscribe. It's kind of weird, but I said it this time. My water tracker is horrible. You guys, look how bad that is. Look at all these zeros. It's because of a lot of diet root beer and a lot of diet caffeine-free Pepsi. So I decided to start a little did I film that day? I did not show you guys this one actually. So there's filmed and did not film. So these are the days I have filmed and did not film. So I have filmed almost every day except for 4. Again, up here, that don't count. But it's going to be cool to kind of go back and see that. And then I also have a did I upload? So I have
You need a tracker for that? Like, you could go look at your YouTube history and it could give you that information. Just saying.
Uploaded or did I not upload? Which one is it? I was going for the every other day, and then right here we kind of messed that up. And then here's my notes for my lovely wife. Wasn't many, and I did not know that. So I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing. Like, oh, yo, that's me. I should probably cool my tits. Or, oh, I know that's not me because I'm not like that. Like, I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way when people are just like, oh my God, I can't believe you talk to your audience like that. No, I'm not. I'm talking to the people who actually truly, just don't belong here. Like, if you have a bad aura, bad energy, you make me feel bad about myself, you don't belong here. I feel like it goes both ways. If I make you feel just bad, you don't belong here either. I don't want to make anyone ever feel anything other than happy. And obviously,
you're never going to make everybody happy. Somebody is always going to not be happy. That's just how life works. You have to realize that somebody is always going to have something to say about you as a person and as a creator. It's impossible to make everybody happy. It's impossible.
obviously my content is not always happy. This is my life. So I do show very sad things as well, and I show my struggles, etc., but I never want to make you as a person feel crappy or belittled or feel bad about yourself. I never want that. That is never my goal. And I just feel like there's a lot of people who watch me who downright enjoy seeing me fail. And I could talk about this for a lifetime, but I'm just not going to do it. Let me stop. Hi, how are you? Okay, so I was rambling for a solid 10 more minutes about
my weight and stuff, and I'm like, you know what, we'll save that for my weigh-in video. So I actually edited out a bunch right here. I edited out actually a lot in this video. It was like an hour long, and I said, girl, calm down, you know, I'm playing this. So
it's her video. Okay, hold on. Let's we don't need to watch whatever she's gonna ramble about. And she's got one more. Looks like this one.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video.
Was uploaded 12 hours ago. So let me get this added to the stream.
This is weigh-in video, my Sunday weigh-in. So my goal for the near future is to have my Sunday weigh-in uploaded on Monday. As you guys can tell, I've kind of been failing at that because I'm just taking it easy in January. I just feel like I need a little bit of a mental health break from filming, and that's fine. Me being my own boss, I'm able to do that, which I love. So let's get into the 5 questions, and then we'll get into the weigh-in. So the first question is, does the rest of your family also struggle with their weight? And not all of my family, but a really big thing for me when I think of my family and my weight is my grandma on my dad's side. Before I was even born, she was over 600 pounds, and she actually got weight loss surgery before I was born. I didn't even know they had weight loss surgery back then. Like, that's so weird to me. I know that might sound like ignorant, but I thought weight loss surgery was like maybe like 20 years old, something around there. I'm 32 if anyone's wondering. So I always knew my grandma as a woman in her like low 200s, high hundreds. The grandma that I'm speaking of is no longer with us. She was like my mom when my mom couldn't be my mom, and I miss her dearly. Like, more than anything, I wish she was still alive because of how close we were. And it's like we have so much in common, not just the weight aspect, but she's also a lesbian. And I didn't know that until I was older and she had already passed on. My dad didn't want me knowing for some reason. That's like a whole other story for a different time. But yeah, I do have people in my family who struggle with their weight, but I also have people in my family who are just naturally thinner. Lucky them. Second question is, do you believe in health at every size? I do not. I do believe in beauty at any size. You can be 1,000 pounds and be beautiful. You could be 80 pounds and be beautiful. But I don't think that being morbidly obese or severely underweight is healthy. It never will be. It took me some time to get to that spot because I remember about 6 years ago, I saw a doctor and they did my blood work. They called me healthy. They just said that I'm overweight. So I took that, I ran with it.
So my opinion on this is that obviously it's not healthy to be morbidly obese. So I don't think that anybody is saying to you, well, you don't have high blood pressure or cholesterol issues, but you're obese, so you're fine. I think that what the idea is that just because you are morbidly obese doesn't mean that you're necessarily unhealthy. And I would have really loved to see most recent blood work. I am overweight, but I'm not Amberlynn overweight. And I'm on blood pressure medicine, and I have high cholesterol, and I cook most of my meals. So I would love to see what her labs look like now that she eats a lot of takeout. Just curious.
I accepted that for what it was, but that's not the truth. I really feel like even with a clear bill of health, being my size is not healthy. It is a symptom of something, and that symptom is very, very unhealthy. Next question. You don't drink much water. What are you drinking then? Are you ordering fountain drinks anymore? No, I'm actually not ordering fountain drinks anymore. I'm drinking a lot of this. I'm drinking a lot of A&W Zero Sugar Root Beer. I'm low-key obsessed, but I know that I need to slowly start drinking more water and less diet soda because pretty sure when you get weight loss surgery, you can't have carbonation. So that's going to be a big change for me if I do get approved. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say if. I'm going to say when I get approved. Fourth question.
Don't buy it. Don't put it in your house.
question is, what's different this time with weight loss surgery versus last time? So I don't know if you guys know this. Some of you are new to my channel. Some of you haven't seen all my videos or know about every single thing that I do in my life. I have tried to get weight loss surgery before. It was actually a few years ago, and they told me that they wanted me to heal from my past, and I took that as a fail. This time, I know they're going to say that to me. Instead of thinking of it as a fail, I am accepting it as part of the journey. That is how I know my mindset is completely different. It's not going to be a fail. It's not going to be, no, you can't get weight loss surgery. It's, okay, here's your first step. Now do it. And the reason why I took that as a fail last time is because I didn't want to put in the work. I didn't want to at all. And this time I do want to. That is a big difference. Last question is, does Delta 8 make you binge? It does for me. Does it for you? So Delta 8 is a wannabe THC. I mean, it has THC in it. I don't want to get into details, but it's just legalized, like marijuana, kind of. And yes, I actually had to quit, and that was hard for me because I think I kind of started to rely on it. I woke up and I was excited to take one, and I couldn't go to bed without one. It was becoming a crutch. When I had anxiety or things felt heavy, I would take one, and it was becoming sort of an addiction. I feel like anything could be an addiction. We don't have to discuss that right now, but I have quit. I no longer take Delta 8 anymore because it was causing my binging to get way worse, because I was getting to a point where I was getting pretty high, and like I would just mindlessly eat and eat and eat all day. So I guess it's time that I share with you guys when I said that the first week of Ozempic did not work for me. And the reason why is because I was taking a lot of Delta 8. And like I said, it was like,
Oh, that's interesting. Sounds like we have another Chantel on our hands. Except instead of Delta 8, Chantel was, what was she taking? Crack? Cocaine? Something to that degree? Can't remember exactly what it was. Interesting.
I was obsessed with it. I relied on it. I relied on it a lot. And I wouldn't really film while high. Actually, I might have a couple times, not many, but I ended up quitting Delta 8 while taking Ozempic. And I think that was a really big thing that also helps, because Delta 8 was making me so freaking hungry. And then like stopping it plus starting Ozempic, it was very helpful. But I have not done Delta 8 in, it's going to be almost a week. And yeah, it's just, it's sad because I do enjoy it. You know, I do. It's so relaxing, and it makes you feel good, but it's not worth it because it made me feel sluggish. It made me feel hungry. It made me.
Hold on. Let's back the train up. So she hasn't done it in a week, but it's been quite a while since she's been on the Ozempic. So basically you're saying that you never stopped the Delta 8. And is it possible that the Delta 8 is what was causing you to binge eat? Something doesn't make sense here.
Not really do the things I was supposed to do. What I'm trying to say is it wasn't productive. Like, it wasn't causing me to be productive in my life in any sort of way. And I know that I took Delta 8 on live stream, and I kind of regret that because I don't know, live streams make me feel like really anxious, and I get in a weird headspace, and I get put on the spot with like harassment and things that I don't want to talk about. And then like, I just get so overwhelmed that I become, sometimes I say and do things that I don't agree with. I don't know what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is, I think that by no longer taking Delta 8, it is going to drastically help me. And I already feel that in the last few days, it has helped me because I haven't been binging. And since that was my last question, that kind of is going into how this last week has been. My main focus is not to binge. That is all I'm worried about. I really want to see, am I binging or am I a food addict? I have always said that I have binge eating disorder. I was diagnosed with binge eating disorder, but was I misdiagnosed? Because am I...
So if you've been taking Delta 8 for seems like quite a while, and you stopped, and your binge eating stopped, a little bit of a correlation there. Just saying.
Am I just a food addict? I think of this. I've been thinking a lot of addiction lately, with like my family. Sorry. I grew up in foster care because my parents were drug addicts, and my mom's been sober for almost 7 years, and it's beautiful. And my dad is still in his addiction, and this is hard for me to say, and you guys have been saying I need to be more open because I feel like I've lost that side of me. I'm not as open as I used to be. I try to be, but it's hard. But my little brother, he is back in jail for drugs, and it's so bittersweet because he was homeless, and it's like I couldn't help him for personal reasons. I'm not going to say I couldn't help him with a home. I couldn't help him with him coming here because it wasn't allowed, and it's just I feel like I didn't help. I tried, I'd pay for his food a lot and stuff, and I don't want to say too much about his personal information and stuff and what he's going through, but right now this is also something that I'm going through, and I know that sounds selfish, and I'm not trying to be. It's just this is like such a, I don't know, it's a very hard time for me because I'm thinking more of addiction lately, and I'm wondering, do I actually binge, or do I just eat large quantities because I'm addicted to what I'm eating? And this is all something that I am going to be able to find out. And I'm just thinking more and more, about it. And like the last time I showed you guys, I was binging. It was literally a meal from a fast food.
So I feel bad for her in the sense that, it's obvious that she has had a rough childhood, and her family continues to present issues for her that are clearly difficult for her to handle. And I do feel bad for her in that respect. But I really think her eating is her way of coping with her past that she wants to change, but she can't change. You can't change the past. You can't change the things that happened to you when you grew up. I've been there. I know that. I've not been there to the extent that Amberlynn has been there, and I'm very lucky for that. And I realize that, but I also realize I can't change what happened. And this is where I think if she was going to therapy and she had a good therapist, these are the things that she could be working through. If all she's thinking about all day is not binge eating, that's not good, because then all she's thinking about all day is food. She needs to do something else with her time. Maybe she needs to volunteer someplace. She obviously has limitations to what she could do, but I bet she could sit down and do something. I'm just, I think that she needs to think about something else and not food.
Place, and people were saying that's not a binge, and then I was confused because I was like, well, my psychologist says it is, and I feel like it is, and then I don't know. I am confused, and I feel like this whole weight loss journey thing and me seeing another psychologist and really digging deeper, because we need to dig deeper so I can get approved for weight loss surgery. I think I'm going to be coming to a lot of memories and situations and things that I don't know if I want to talk about and absorb and process and think about, but I have to. And so when I sit here and say I don't want to binge, I guess that's just what I'm used to saying. And what I really mean by that is I don't want to eat when I shouldn't. And that is just the easiest way for me to explain it right now, because I always considered me binging when I'm eating large quantities of food when I shouldn't be eating them. That's what that felt like to me. And I don't know, I want to figure this out. And it's like, am I like my parents? Did I just choose a different outlet, And it's like, my brother, he is an addict, but he chose drugs. well, drugs chose him, you know? And it's like, I think of my mom, and she is so inspiring. It's because it's like, I remember how things were when I was younger. They were scary. And the things that she did and the things that she went through, it was scary. And I never, as sad as this is, I never thought that she would change, ever. And it's like, she's over 7 years clean. And it's like, she's inspired me. And
It's obviously taken her a lot to talk about this. And again, I feel like, and we don't know, or I don't know, the conversations that she's having with her therapist, but this is something that she really needs to explore more with a professional and not her YouTube community, because this is, I think, a situation where someone that is not such a nice person could potentially log on and comment things that are not very nice, that could trigger her even more. So I'm not saying she shouldn't be real, but this is maybe too real. Opening up too much and letting way too much, or leaving the door open for a lot of criticism that she obviously can't handle.
I didn't want to talk about any of this. Oh my God, my mascara. I didn't really want to talk about any of this, but I've been hearing a lot of you say that I'm just not the same person as I used to be. I'm not as open. And it's because I'm scared to be open. Because people just, they make me feel so bad about being human. And I don't want to feel bad about it anymore. Anyways, so I weighed in at 520.0, which means I did gain weight, and I'm exactly where I was on January 1st. Today is actually Tuesday, and I got a new scale. You guys will actually see that in a vlog. I opened it for you guys, and I explained why I got a new scale. And I weighed myself today because I wanted to see if the scale was accurate. So I stepped on the one that I usually use, and then I stepped on the new one. And I'm already down a couple pounds from just Sunday, so that makes me really happy because, like I said, I'm not what I consider binging. Am I overeating?
So I'm gonna have to look that up and see why she got a new scale. But weighing yourself on one scale and then going to the other scale, it's probably not the best thing ever. I just don't know. The other thing too is, I said this earlier, don't read the comments. If it makes you feel bad, don't read them. Put out your content, put out the content you want to put out, and keep it moving. That's, you can't please everybody. You're just never going to do it.
Yes, but I just feel like there's a different level. I don't know how to quite explain it. And I kind of want to dive deeper into that and maybe show you guys physical foods and what I mean by overeating versus binging, if you will. So on a happier note, my weight loss surgery appointment is coming up soon, and I am honestly so excited. Oh my God, my makeup's all messed up. I was just married.
Do you know what? I actually think that would be a great video. I think it would be a fantastic video because there could be somebody out there that is suffering from binge eating or think that they are. And maybe you could show what you can. That would be a great video. Again, her comments may not be so nice. Don't read them. That's it. Don't read them.
Wearing mascara and some lip stuff, but it is what it is. It's at the end of the night. So I'm going to end this video. I'm sorry it was such a mess. I just wanted to be more open about what's really sitting heavy on me right now. But I am so hopeful for my future, actually. And I know the tears might say otherwise. But I think it's a mixture of like sad tears for my brother, hopeful tears for me, scared tears for me. I don't know. It's a lot of different stuff, but I'm okay. And take a breath. I know that I'm going to be okay, and I'm making the right choice by doing this weight loss surgery journey, and just keep my fingers crossed. That's all I can do. I love positive thoughts for my brother. Anyways, I'm going to go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
So, in conclusion of what we would just watched, it is very obvious that she needs more professional help than she's letting on, and I do truly hope that whatever her brother is going through, that he gets the help that he needs as well. Um, we all go through trauma in our childhood. It's not all the same, but I do think that there isn't anybody out there that can say that they've gone through their childhood unscathed by something, right? It's just everybody's level is different and how they deal with it is different. And I think that she never learned how to deal with it and self-soothed herself with food. And I do understand that to a certain degree, because when I get depressed or upset or stressed, the first thing I do is turn to food. So I try to change that by doing other things. For me, it's crocheting or making a YouTube video or actually sitting down and just doing my nails. Something that I know makes me happy, and perhaps takes my mind off of food. So, does that mean that I figured out all the answers? I haven't, and I don't think that I will, but dealing with each situation as they present themselves is just all you can do sometimes. So, well, this is going to be it for me today. I will come back soon when Amberlynn posts some more. I do have some opinions on the foodie beauty continuing saga. So I will be making a video about that soon. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Take care, be healthy, and I'll talk to you soon.